Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to the channel. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties. Now I just gotta get my chat up here. Gonna work this bad boy in. There we go. Alright, we got that. Let's test this bad boy out real quick. Sorry guys, I want to go through each game because obviously this is the big new update for eFootball, and unfortunately they didn't do much, but we're going to go through it nonetheless. And then we have the preseason for FC25 where we can gain our rewards that carry over to FC26. So I just want to walk through that with you guys. And the bottom line is it's good for us to have a bunch of good football games. We don't want one to be good and then the rest to be terrible, because each development company that is producing a good football game, it's going to pressure the other one to give us their best product because they don't want to lose players to their competitor, right? So with that being said, it's not like since I'm playing FC26, I want Konami and Strikers to fail with eFootball and UFL. But if they're doing bad, I got to be honest. And unfortunately, Konami with eFootball just dropped the ball completely. All right, I got to do a little test comment here. All right, so I knew it. So what the hell's going on here with chat? Why did that disappear, Docs? Man, where did it go? My chat's not showing up and it's pissing me off, guys, so just give me a moment. Where the hell? Interesting. So why is my chat not showing up? Always gotta count on problems with OBS for some reason, guys. Can't understand it for the life of me. Alright, let's see here. Another test comment. Wait. Unbelievable. So where the fuck did my chat go? For Twitch. Whatever, I'll work on it later. I'll have to work on it later. For anybody who runs OBS, it can be great. And then randomly, it will just hit you out of nowhere and go, hey, I want to be a pain in the ass today. So, with that being said, let's get into this whole new eFootball game. So, there's not much at all, right? There's going to be a bunch of new random stuff to open. We'll check here. For those of you who know, I won't go into too detailed of a background. For those of you who don't, because FC25 was in a bad spot, I spent a year diving deep into every football game just to see what everything had to offer. And I saw some things that FC could add and benefit. I saw some things that, made me grateful that FC was around because eFootball and UFL really struggled in. I saw it all. 3 special startup editions. So there's like one with a Messi stadium, then a Yamal stadium, and then I think they have like these weird statues where you can do new celebrations by them. I think you can do like tifos and stuff like that. Alright, so they gave us all this. Let's go look at everything new. Of course, they're going to do something with coins. We know that. Okay, so let's see the new players that you can get on here. For $1, you get Silvestre. And then for, $3, you get a little bit lower rated Veghorst, Dumfries, Ake, and Van Nistelrooy. 100 coins extra. Alright. Sets. No items available for special sets. Players. The Camavinga's still there. And then these items, okay? So nothing really changes there. They changed the pictures, obviously. Avatar for Van Nistelrooy, Pez. Whatever that is. Showtime background. And then all this. Okay, so nothing really new there. I think it's like a Samuel Eto'o pack now. Let's go check. that real quick. Let's see the packs. Okay, so these aren't new. Alright, so we got 10 free players. That's the new little walkout. So pretty cool. You know, I wish they just would have put some effort into the gameplay, and then we would have been set. So those players who are playing eFootball, you're gonna have to see the new way to tell if somebody's you know, if it's a walkout or not and stuff like that, right? I think it's gonna be black again or something on that little banner, that circle banner. So there's a chance deal for Isco. 1 of 1 draw, okay. Partner clubs, back in the game, Brazilian League. Okay, so nothing. Where's the Samuel Eto'o and all that? Yeah, so they added tifos now. They added tifos. And then this little stuff in the middle. The little customizable stuff. Statues. They called that a shoot statue, okay. And then obviously if you get... So you can put this stuff on the side. These kits are kind of crazy looking. Is this a Christmas kit? The socks kind of look like Christmas, and then the rest is kind of like collab kit Santano. Interesting. It sticks out for sure. And then a profile banner. So all, of course, 100 coins. So yeah, just a bunch of stuff like FC has for the stadium, right? So interesting. So no Samuel Eto'o or anything. I guess they want you to like dive into the new players and stuff. So brand new startup campaign. This is the new like extreme team pass or some shit like that. Or no, this is sorry. So this is if you're just getting started, which we all get to do this. But this is like when I started my new account, right? So lower rated players, they don't really help out for players who've been playing the game, though. That's the thing. Oh, a giant props eFootball GOAT statue. Nice. Alright, what do we got here? Step up. Okay, so they gave us credit for doing all these. This Camavinga is not bad though. And then you can get a bunch of players. This is that eFootball. I don't know if that's the Connect thing or what. It's so confusing, and they did such a terrible job because they did their whole presentation in Japanese. Didn't really explain all this. Okay, so I got all these rewards basically. That 86 Kane should be pretty sick. But I don't know if they like upgraded the... I don't know if they like upgraded the... The ratings where they're higher now. Okay, how do I just... I want to just get all... Receive all. There we go. Alright, so you go in here, you can receive all these. So I guess they got rid of the daily game too, which is good because that was getting old. I'm assuming maybe they brought it back, I don't know. The gameplay is just still a joke, man. It looks like they spent all their time on a bunch of goofy menu stuff. And man, they had a little bit of a window there where they could have actually done something with the game on the pitch. And if they did that on top of this, maybe we'd have it. There it is, a different story. But it's just the same game. You know what I mean? There's those black kits. The kits are cool, like that Messi version I really like. I don't know, guys. Just unfortunate. So we'll go in and game plan, players, uniforms, custom stadium. So yeah, this is where you can go in and choose. I only have one. And then you have to buy all your stuff, obviously. So stadium name. OGFC Arena. Should have done this so long ago, man. They should have done this so long ago. But better late than never, right? The net, you can change the net. I don't really see where it's a change. Oh, net design. Okay, net color. So they got a little bit more customizable in some areas, right? There's a TIFO, field level signage, giant props, and goal effect. And that's all the stuff you can buy, right? Okay, so there you go. There's a stadium. OGFC Arena. So that stuff's cool, man. It would have been really awesome if they, and you can have up to 3, it looks like. They did the change to the uniform finally. You gotta love that. Look at that. And you can change. So, like, I want my first uniform to be the 30th anniversary. My second will be this bad boy. My third will be the Ramadan. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Finally. So they added some of the simple stuff they should have added a long time ago. They just needed to do more on the pitch. See, my team's the exact same. I want to train up this Camavinga, look somewhat decent. Maybe not. He didn't have enough levels to make him very... Yeah, he looks okay. And decent for like a starter team type of deal. I don't know. Reserves. Look how goofy Messi. What did they do? Did they just do like a painting of him, or what the fuck is this? Dude, is that really Messi, bro? Is that even a real picture? What's up, Ali? How are you, bro? All right. So very interesting. So that's the new Messi. So not a usable player by any means. He's a little bit better than this one, I guess. which both of them are already in my reserves anyway. Let's see what else we had. I think we got one more player, didn't we? An 86 Kane. So insane finishing, super slow. But yeah, anyway. So let's hear like new starter players if you're just starting an account, but everyone got one. Because technically it's a new game. So that's pretty much it. Here's these new additions. Hold on, let me go get this stuff done. Now, if you guys are diving in deep into eFootball, you're going to want to, if you're going to keep playing eFootball at like a serious level, I'm probably not the channel for you anymore because I'm diving deep into FC. Strictly FC, but I'm going to stay in tune with these other games. Because it's good, because it all connects, right? It shows you what other games are doing, what you wish the game you were playing was doing. Maybe some of you will play multiple games, but I just find that you got to be committed to one game, and really, if you want to get to the very top or get to your very best, you have to. It's a lot of muscle memory stuff and getting used to playing that game consistently and the nuances of the game and whatnot. So. Alright. Let's take a look in here. Coin sale. Here's the startup campaign. So special login bonus. Campaign objectives. Aggressive centering A. Like, read this, guys. This is always my problem. What does that say? Manager, Ruben Amorim. Aggressive centering A. Centerpiece Keyman. It's just too much of a barrier between like centering A, aggressive centering A. What is that? Special editions. So Lionel Messi. So the Messi and this Messi and Yamal edition replaced the Messi and Neymar editions. Then you got a Mourinho edition. Which, by the way, you have to buy all this stuff, of course. And it's like, oh, there's a 3D version of Mourinho that you get or something. I don't know. I don't know how much they cost. Let's do a little check. Deluxe. $25 to get $25 to get a Messi, a Yamal, or a Mourinho. I'm sure one of them's like 16. Gameplay's like the same, bro. I'm not really. That's why I'm not even really. This is an FC 26 channel. Put it that way. Oh, UFL's terrible, bro. UFL, yeah, just no comment. So I got all those done. Yeah, so I guess they wanted you to like play the game and stuff, so they didn't really. But there's an Eto pack coming, I believe. Which I thought he'd be out by now, so that's interesting. So here's the new deal. eFootball League, My League, Friend Match. They didn't add anything that people were talking about. They just changed a bunch of pictures. First AI League. Oh, that's the regular eFootball League. Okay. Look how funny these customizations are. Look at Leao and Bruno Fernandes. My League. So, same old thing, guys. It's just the same old thing, man. It's just the same old thing. Only one event. And it's the Japanese club events. Oh yeah, I made my region Japan. That's why. Because apparently you get better rewards if you make your team your region Japan. OG. See what you get though. Apparently their rewards are way better. We'll have to test that as we go. Why did it? Alright, I'll play one game just to kind of get the idea. Man, I gotta see why my multi-chat isn't working, dude. It's pissing me off. There it is. Okay, so I had regular. There it is. Hell yeah. Alright, so let me do a test comment. Alright, now we're back to cooking. If you're at the beginning of the stream, you saw for some silly... And I'm waiting for a game, by the way, which is kind of crazy. It's like the game just came out, everyone's all hyped, and matchmaking failed. What? Why did matchmaking fail? It's the first day for the game. Make sure my chat's showing up. Alright, this is for testing purposes. Perfect. Alright. Hell yeah. So I just had to go to Stream Elements. By the way, definitely set it up. There's like this paid version that you have to do every month, bro. Just get Stream Elements. If you guys are streamers, I know there's some guys getting started up. OBS, Stream Elements. You have to deal with a few pain in the ass things, but especially if you know some tech stuff, which I know nothing, and it's pretty simple. Every once in a while there'll be some hiccups like today, but they're pretty easy to get out of. Cool. Hell yeah. Alright. All set. So I don't know how and why it's so hard to get a game on here. But apparently there's like no changes. That's the part I don't like. Now I made my region Japan. But that don't matter. Because they said to do that, right? Like, why would there be no one playing eFootball right now? This is very interesting, guys. You would think everyone would be on here. I'm not even an eFootball guy. Well, maybe we won't see the new eFootball gameplay. This is insane. This is like UFL waiting for a game. Dude, I think a ton of players left, and I'm dead serious. They did terrible with their big production to talk about everything new coming into the game. It didn't even have subtitles. It was a joke. I think they dropped the ball. Dude, I think FC is going to steal a ton of eFootball players. I'm telling you guys. Mark my words. So there's my opponent's little customized orange stadium. I'm in the Ramadan green. Here's my OG team. Which, by the way, this is an actual logo for a Japanese team. Just like there's an OG team in FC. I think it's like a Polish team. I can't remember, though. No, it's the Sudamericana or Libertadores. But they have my exact logo. It's pretty dope. Alright, so we're playing this dude. He's probably going to whoop me. I don't really care. I just want to let you guys know if there's anything different. Everything looks pretty much the same, except for the stadium colors in the background can be altered. Finally, you have your kits where you have a home, away, and third that you can pick. Believe it or not, if you are more of an FC guy, you couldn't. Your kits defaulted. You couldn't pick a home and away and a third kit. And I'm sure you can do that with your badge now too. Come on, bro. Just set your team up. Who cares? Trying to get over to FC. Preseason's out, baby. Preseason's a fun time because you can have fun playing the game. It's towards the end. For all of you who didn't check out my settings, check out my settings so you can prepare for FC 26. If you didn't get the beta, get those settings going so in FC 25 you can get rid of your bad habits and start training for FC 26 while earning your preseason rewards that will carry over. So there's a new little match intro. So that's cool. Don't really care though. The gameplay is what matters. And we're frozen. There we go. And to me this is like the exact same, guys. Still holding down X and circle. What the fuck was that? The players seem a lot dumber. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if it's just because it's a lower rated Japanese team. And by the way, still a lack of content. This is the only PvP mode out. It's a Japanese team event. Now, I know it's probably because I chose my region as Japan, but it doesn't matter. Well, then what's the American one? Like an MLS tournament, or is it, or is it all Japanese clubs no matter what reason? Like one tournament for your big release, that's it, and then other than that, you just got to go play a bunch of leagues. 2 AI events. Dude, what did they... The gameplay's like worse. Initially, but I am playing with lower rated players. Let's see. It's either worse, or if it's because they're lower rated players and it's like the same. And that's my biggest thing. How can you consider yourself a competitor? You've been around 30 plus years, created some legendary games, guys, and this is the bull crap that you gave your players. This is why eFootball will never really make it. This is why I didn't commit, because there's nothing to do. It's not worth gambling a bunch of money to get these, legendary players. Even though I will say they do them justice in eFootball even better than FC. I will say that. Hopefully that changes this year with FC. I just don't understand, like, So he's going for all crosses, so I don't know if that's like a new powerful thing. But the only way I see players playing this game yeah, dude, the gameplay is just terrible. The only way I see this being worth it to play, I don't though. Like that's the thing. Like I can't see anybody choosing this over FC. I was just trying to think of if you get your butt kicked in FC and you're not like a true competitor where you're like, oh, I'm gonna work my way up and get better. No check twos. The throws are extremely fake. Still can't manipulate runs. Oh, nice shot. Go, 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 go. Good. So very bad player, but he's very like good at crossing. And you notice that when you play this game is that there's very low level players, very low football IQ. But the game's like based on, look at how players are like running through other players. I don't get it. So yeah, this is eFootball for you. Look at that. Zero skill, zero. I mean, this is why I'm so glad. Like, you would think they would change this. Like, FC 26 addressed all the bad stuff from FC 25. So what the hell was Konami thinking? Did they just think our game's good? We're getting rich off everyone buying these players, and these dummies never seem to bring things up, so we're going to keep the game the same. I feel bad for anybody that sticks to this game for whatever reason. Maybe they just can't afford the cost to buy FC, and so they play this free to play. I don't know. But, yeah. It's just the exact same game, but worse. I don't know if you're noticing, but the players are running through each other. That never used to happen. The defense is still absolutely fake. The pressure buttons are all still the same. You play all these lower skill players over and over. You're in. I don't think I can last through a whole game. I'll wait till half, maybe. Ooh, that would have been sick. Come on, eFootball, connect. I thought I have a whole Japanese team. Why aren't you guys connecting? A 2-mile-an-hour header. They still didn't fix that, I see. So you're basically going to be whooping opponents if you play this game. You're basically going to be whooping opponents just like last year, and they're going to spam 1, 2, 3 through balls, whatever they do, and they can win the game. It's just no football anymore, and it's unfortunate because the history of PES used to be the football game. Like, this was the game where you could go and actually play football. Notice that defending wise, you do better. You're like rewarded again, like the old school EA days. You're rewarded when you don't defend. You're rewarded when you have your defender or your AI defend for you. That's the crazy part about it.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
I have no idea what's going on right now. Trying to possess the ball. I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think, but I already know what it is. And these graphics are still awful. They said, oh, they improved graphics, but only in the mobile game. Oh, they added shot cancel, but only in the mobile game. Oh, man. Can't say I didn't tell you guys, though, right? I mean, I saw it coming. Nobody's going to have some big new game and do such a terrible one. I mean, that presentation was the biggest joke I ever seen. They probably meant to forget subtitles so they could try to confuse everyone. Although I'm surprised they didn't add like that Samuel Eto'o pack that's apparently coming day one so they could start stealing money. That was interesting. Unless they made a mistake and it's supposed to be in the game. Good ball. So yeah, this is kind of how these games go, though. And we'll get into the 25 preseason. Now, don't get me wrong. 25 was terrible. That's why I spent a year playing each game. And it was the best thing that could have happened for me to, like, explore all these games, by the way. Best thing that could have happened, for sure. I'm sitting here trying to manually run with players. And you can, obviously. Yeah, to me it's like the exact same game. I don't know if they like tweaked the camera angles a little bit or something. But man, my strikers are slow as hell. So if I'm going to finish this game, I got to change that. Let's do the old the special, right? Let's see if we have a striker that's like quicker. This guy looks like he might be fast. Alright, let's play. Let's see what we can do here. Try to spam through balls, right? Good way to ping it, boys. Oh, I should have done the through. Oh, I had him there too, guys. I'll get it. Oh. Guys, I should have done the through to lay it off there. My rust got me. Oh, yeah. Go. I had him there. That was hilarious. Dang it. Oh, the tackle backs. Thank God. See, that's what I'm saying. In FC, those are gone. So thank goodness. So anyway, this is the goofy stuff. So you're in for the same old nonsense that you were in. So this is what I should have done. And I had a goal down on the other side. So they didn't get rid of that either, by the way. People get mad at give and goes being, like, good. So yeah. So anyway, that's your eFootball, guys. The exact same game. the exact same nonsense. If you guys noticed, it was 70-30 in possession, and the opponent made it down twice into my end. Both times it was crosses, and if you remember the last time when I was playing eFootball, that was like the thing to do, the dink cross, and then you score it. For some reason, the defenders are like, they lock up, and everyone uses Smart Assist now, so the AI does it for you, and I guess there's some glitch where they win the header. I would win headers with Mbappe over Van Dijk every time, or Neymar over, Dan Burn. So the point is, eFootball is the exact same thing. Congratulations, you can put tifos on your stadium. Congratulations, you're getting certain icons that have been in FC for years. It's like, guys, if you're stuck playing that game somehow, I feel sorry for you, but never let me hear anybody say that eFootball is a good game. You could turn that one game on, and then I could go into an FC 25 game. Forget about FC 26. I could go into an FC 25 game, and you could get anybody in the world that knows football but maybe isn't a gamer. Or you can get a gamer but not a football player. Whether you start with graphics, the way the game looks and feels, and eFootball is god-awful. And it's unfortunate, man, because they had something they could build off of with the passing and the weight of the players, and they just didn't go anywhere with it. It's so unfortunate, man. But in UFL, it's not even worth talking about that anymore. That's been dead. But thank God we have FC, and that's what we will be sticking to. 26, but even though 25 beat out eFootball and UFL, it's pretty easy to do. And yes, this FC 25 game is better than the new version of eFootball. So when we talk about 26, no more tacklebacks. eFootball didn't get rid of those. The manual defense where it's actual skill now to defend, not just, let AI win the ball for me. Huge issue in eFootball. They said they improved defending. Bro, it's still the same pressure defense. I mean, you guys saw that. It's still the same old pressure defense. The one mistake I was doing, by the way, when the opponent kept doing the special, what do you call that? The special, they call it like a special double touch, is I was supposed to let my AI go tackle him. I should have been controlling the next player. I was actually trying to make the tackle, but he still didn't go anywhere with it. And then you got stupid additions. You have a manager that's called Aggressive Checkstra A. Aggressive Checkstra A. Or something like, the words don't make sense. And so there's like this barrier where it's like, Japan, do you not like language check your releases, or do you? It's just crazy. I don't even think the game's really built for anybody else outside of Japan. It doesn't seem like. What's up, Valley? So with that being said, I give UFL, they're long gone to even get into consideration. They have to, there's got to be a lot of changes. eFootball, they're damn near where UFL is. I mean, if I was even going to grade that as a game, it's the same old crap. It's the same thing. Now they have TIFO. Now they have this, but at a worse extent. They added this. Oh, you can change your stadium colors and stuff. Like, dude, that's like a 4-year-old. They're like living in. How long have you been able to customize your stadiums in FC? I can't remember, but it's been a while. Like eFootball, if you barely can even call them a competitor to FC, but if you could, they're an F. I mean, that new update, how is that a new update, guys? All right, so that's all I'll say about that. But thank God we have FC. Unfortunately, they don't have any competition, which isn't good, because when there's competition, you get the best out of development companies. Just like if you're an athlete, it's the same. So I wish those other games could give us more as competition, but hopefully they stay on the path they're going on with FC 26. and we can keep getting better and better football games. So let's look at these objectives for preseason and start earning these packs. Did it not upgrade? Update? Football did. So season 10 preseason. So we saw all this already. So it's all the transfer players and stuff. And maybe they don't start off the bat with earning rewards for next year. Let's see. Who needs to go up? Yeah, so nothing yet, it doesn't look like. Nothing yet as far as rewards for next year in FC 25. So we'll get there, but right now, unfortunately, you got nothing. So if you don't have the ability to play the beta, check out my video on the settings. And then I have another one with like a starter team, a way to play with my tactics that I'm going for with day one. So check that out. I'll tell you, it's not a 4-2-1-3. You'll have to watch the video for the rest. And if you follow that, even if you don't have the beta, you should be good to go, guys. Like for me, I'll play FC. I'll play FC as long as I'm getting rewards for 26. If not, it would be dumb not to play the beta. They have everything. I can compete in there in all the same ways against very good players. So it would make no sense for me to keep playing here, you know? But yeah, I can't wait to get back to the actual grind of FC. Taking a year off definitely was good, though. And it was like 10 months, let's say that, because I still played in all the FC Pro events at the beginning. So October, November, and December, late December is when I left. Went to UFL and eFootball, and then still played FC throughout the year, but I played all 3 games. It was the first year where I didn't solely commit to FC. And man, that's why it's so cool, because we have this huge shift where for the first time in years, FC 26, it's like getting positive reviews. Every review, go to every review in the past. It was like same old game, different kits. Right? There's still going to be some haters that are like, same game, they're wrong. You'll see once you play it. They made insane changes. And the beautiful thing is, there's so many leaks this year, not just from people with the beta, right? You know, even though I can't talk about the beta, I can still talk about a lot because they have all those beta leaks. But even the content creators that they let go play the game early and talk to the developers, this is a good thing. You want that to be the case. You want people getting excited about your next iteration, right? Oh my god, yeah. Just within 2 seconds, right, of playing. Now, I was using a Japanese team over there, and that could have affected it. It wasn't my fault. But either way, even if I play with a regular gold team right now, I force that. Even if I play with a regular gold team right now, right, I'm still going to be able to feel out like the passing, the moving and stuff. It's not like you're going to be able to see if there's a difference. Same way with the beta, right? Everyone started with lower rated gold teams. you could feel like, okay, there's differences or not. You don't have to have great players to tell if a game's changed. Golazo. Oh, what a save. I do wish the corners and free kicks were were a little different in 26. I wish they would upgrade. There you go. I'll give eFootball some props because I'm being, I'm being honest with them. But yeah, it's pretty negative. So the one positive, besides they do their icons justice, even though they rip you off with them, their corner kicks and free kicks are more realistic, right? So it looks like they tweaked some stuff. It looks like they added like the aiming thing for free kicks in particular to 26, but for the most parts, it's the same. Oh, little delay messed me up there, so I just got it out pretty quickly. Goodness, how long is it going to take for me to break that deadlock? He's such a beast. Hold it, that is. Goal. Oh my goodness. This poor guy actually thinks he's in the game right now. What a touch. Don't like that player lock delay. That's not very cool. The delay is ridiculous. And I will say that too. I don't know how they did it or what they did. Unless it's going to all of a sudden change on us. So I don't want to jinx it until full release. But that's gone too. This terrible delay. And I guess it was totally related to the terrible, like, all the extra animations that they had. Great defense. But the delay is just killer in this game. Every game you gotta deal with it. And so if this was the case and they didn't fix it, but I can tell you from experience, they absolutely fix this for 26. Oh my goodness. Good tackle. Finally. And I think all they had to do, by the way, is the ping, all that's the same. I think all they did is, like, unless there's something they're not telling us, which it's EA Sports, there very well could be, and they did something with the servers, right? But they didn't want to say it. Who knows? But according to them, they just took out they cut the fat, if you will. They had a bunch of nonsense, like animations, and then like the slowed shots and passes exacerbated, like if there was a little delay. So now, with the way passing and shooting comes off so quick, it took care of the delay. That's what they say. Ah, come on. By the way, Ronaldinho, so sick. I'm in the middle of an evolution forum. Oh, wow. In the middle of an evolution forum. So he's behind the power curve according to his ratings and stuff, and he's still insane. Terrible near post aim. Right there by me, by the way. Oh, my goodness. And just like that, it's 1-1. First shot. Beautiful. I hate to have to do this with all the delay, but I have to, dude. You have to do it damn near every time. Should have about 7 goals right now. So I haven't had to do that once, by the way, in the base. So that should give you a indicator. Haven't had to like, oh, I got to go aggressive because my players are stuck in the mud. No delay. Like you can feel the connection's not always great, but never anything like this. It makes it almost pointless to play sometimes, man. But thank God we don't have to deal with this too much longer. So I don't know if you saw that there, but that pass that went off after halftime, just to give you an idea, I pressed that pass button before. If you guys want to go see how bad that affects a game, I actually have footage from a game on both sides, from my side and from Phil's side and the opponents, and you can see how bad the lag is on one side and not the other. It gets ridiculous. For all of you who don't know, and thank God, whatever they did, they fixed it. See, like that right there. I ran right by him, and by the time I could react, he already had moved twice with his defenders, right? So I burned him, and he was able to recover with a second defender after I burned him because I was so delayed. Look at that. I mean, there's nothing you can do there. Thank God I got the beta, man, because doing this for another 2 months straight. The game itself is great. It's just the delay. And it's not great overall. It's great compared to like FC and all that. So this is what's going to happen. I can't get shots off. I can't do anything. You see, every time I go down there with my team, I just can't get any types of shots or anything. Look, I can't get out. This is how these games go, guys. Look at that. An hour late on the delay. Now, I am almost positive that these players can affect this, but then again, I could be wrong. You know what I mean? I could be wrong with this, but you always notice it's these same teams. Look. If you go to them, I'll show you afterwards, once I finish this. If you go to them after like the game, you can always see there's no doubt there's some players like using hotspots and messing with the connection. Again, go check out my lag problem video and you'll get to see. I had one guy that was super cool and showed me the footage just so I could see, and on one side there's like red bar delay. I'm talking terrible delay, okay? And then on the other side, right, on his side, it was perfectly clear. Look at that defending. With delay, able to stop him. Look at that. With delay. With all the dancing and everything. I'll take it, boys. I'm going to toot my own horn. But yeah, you can see the difference. And it was actually Phil's game, but the opponent was cool enough to share the footage. And you can see on Phil's side, he had the red bar of death, could barely move. And on his side, he was zipping along. Perfect connection, perfect movement. So for all you idiots who are like, oh, the lag's the same on both sides. No, you morons. We've been trying to tell you. We've been trying to tell you. Look at that. Look at this. That's all gone, guys. That's all gone. That tackleback stuff, it's all gone, baby. It's crazy playing the beta and then coming here. And the beautiful thing is the beta's not even the final. The beta's not even the final version. But trust me, if you guys think it's anything like this terrible game, it's not. And for anybody who's thinking about, oh, maybe eFootball, guys, eFootball and UFL is a disaster. Don't take my word for it if you don't want. I get it. It's free to download, but you're just going to be wasting your time. Dog shit. My player comes across for the tackle, and then there's delay. No tackle goes through. If you notice my center back, and then the passes every time, guys. Man, I can't wait for this to be done. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, man, they did such a bad job with this game, didn't they? That was a penalty, by the way. Oh, my God, the delay. And I should be turning off precision shooting. I'm not because I don't really care enough. But I should be turning it off because if you noticed on that precision shot, I went near post and then I didn't hold it. So it registered the shot as going straight across. If that shot wasn't blocked, the one I had there with, I think, who was that? Puteus or Claudia? That was going to as a throw-in. God, it's such a joke. And I will say, I can tell 100%. You can always tell. This dude's lagged a little bit too, but it's not equal. You can always see it from the movements. There we go again, another example. Easy possession win. Instead, too many fakes, buddy. You had the opening, bro. You thought too much about it. I have to be cautious here, otherwise he'll be able to take the ball easily. But he knows I'm lagging a bit. I can tell by the pressure. Oh, really? Dude, I can't keep doing this fucking shit, dude. All preseason I gotta deal with this. All preseason, guys. I mean, you can see the lag. I can barely get the ball out of my half. Oh my God. Get it out. Yeah, thank God. So, for those of you who are dealing with this shit too every game, look at the glitchiness. Look at... You could see it in the way they're walking. Watch this. You can see the frames dropping even in their little cutscenes. I don't know what they did or how they did it, but I'm telling you guys it's gone in 26. So at least be happy about that. Pulled off the win. 0 fun. And up day. Could have just been bad connection. I don't know. Sometimes you can tell by the names. I don't know if you could there. But anyway. Still easily the best football game. If you need to see for yourself, seeing is believing for you, then go check any of the leaked beta footage. And you'll be able to see. Even the footage they showed in the deep dive releases and stuff. Sorry for the sniffles, dude. I can't wait for allergy season to end because this shit's killing me. Alright. Yeah, it sucks that right off the bat you can't earn rewards because, guys, I'm sorry, but I'd rather I'd much rather stream to you guys, but I'd rather go play the beta than play this for no rewards, right? During pack rewards. Because obviously most of you know this, but if you don't, the ones that have the rewards for next year will say it in the little description. Earn a, ultimate pack for FC 26 by completing this or whatever. So let's go see. Xavi could end up being sick in this year's game with the way passing is. And obviously his boy Iniesta is coming, so could be sick. You get Messi in there, and you got yourself some memories. Can bring back the days of the unstoppable Barcelona teams. Yep, so that's about it. That's where we're at. The thing I do gotta say too is that people always talk about the bad connection with eFootball. I guess it's my area, but I never have that there. That's the one thing I would say in FC after the patch. Right? And by no means, like, FC 26 is blowing this out of the water. By no means was FC 25 a good game. But it was the best between the three, this UFL and eFootball. But the one big thing that would keep you going, screw this, is that terrible connection. Now, again, if you aren't aware, I want you to go watch that video so you can see the same exact game from two different points of view. One player's and then the other. And you can see where one player is struggling to move, glitching, screens freezing. There's a red bar, then the yellow, then the red, and you could see it's just a nightmare. The other player, boom, boom, bang, 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 everything's going off perfectly, like nothing's wrong, right? And you can tell this by watching, but there would still be idiots going, no, man. Like, you could see it, and they'd still go, no, man, lag goes both ways. Well, whatever you want to call it, the game is not fair both ways. So as you're playing FC 25, getting ready for 26, just know it's almost over if you have to deal with that shit, right? Get your rewards for 26. Try to have fun if you can, and just know that better times are ahead. Now, if for some reason out of nowhere the beta turns to the full release, and then there's an influx of people, and somehow that causes that same delay and stuff, well, then I was dead wrong, and I'm sorry. But I just don't see that happening, because if it really has to do with more people playing, okay, then so be it. Then I would be wrong. If more people come, then all of a sudden that same unfair delay where one side can't move, the other side can, and it's like runs on a spectrum. The game's always suffering somehow. If that comes out of nowhere with the full release, and that clearly has to do with the amount of players on the servers, right? We'll know that for a fact. If it doesn't come in the connection and everything, the feeling of the gameplay is as good as it's been for the beta, then we know that EA Sports was correct. They obviously pinpointed the problem, and now with the quicker play and all that, they got rid of the inconsistent, crappy delay, lag, whatever, command delay, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're hoping for, is that they pinpointed and they got it right, because that would be better for all of us, especially the ones that experience damn near every game this nonsense that you just saw, right? So with that being said, we saw eFootball. Nothing's new on the pitch. Essentially, they did some stuff off the pitch, like added tifos, and they also announced like their new players that are coming. These icons all have been in FC for years, so nothing new. On the pitch, I played one game. I have a disclaimer. I was a Japanese league team. But that's like the only events they have right now. So that's their fault. It's their lack of content. That's what they get their review under. That's what they gave us. And but there was a lot of glitchiness where like the players were running through each other and like goofy stuff that they'll have to work out. But it felt weird. It felt very unresponsive over there. Not laggy wise, but just the way the players were moving, the tackles and stuff were going. But other than that, it's like the same game. There's a little bit different feel. Apparently down the wings you either get some type of speed boost or some explosion. The opponent did it one time and then crossed it for a header. Those headers, those people that go for them over and over and over, that's still a thing. Players are still winning headers, attackers over way defenders that would have won the aerial battle. So don't ask me what that is and why they didn't remove that glitch or whatever. But overall, I give it an F. As a new game, I give the eFootball version 5.0 or whatever, I give it an F. Just letting you know. So. Alright, sorry, I got some spam freaking message I was reading real quick. But yeah, that's that. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of each game. If you've seen the footage or played the beta, let me know what you think about FC26. Check out our Discord, OGFC, sorry, OGamester FC, but you also can go to the link in the YouTube bio. I'm telling you, everything you need to stay organized and on top of FC26, right? Need help with objectives? Need help with SBCs? Need help with the restrictions on the new tournaments and events, right? Tactical advice, which players to buy, which players to sell before they crash. All of it, everything you could think of, you get help with through Discord. Yes, it's $2.99 a month, but it's worth its value in gold, and that $2.99 a month goes to bettering the channel, bettering the club, bettering everything for your guys' experience. See you guys on the next one. Peace out.